up, guys? It's Brady here, and today we are back with another video. And what you just saw was a new Home Depot trailer with all of their new animatronics in it. Or not all of, but it did have quite a bit of stuff. Now, I'm not even sure where this came from. I just saw a bunch of people posting it, so I decided to make a video about it. But if someone could please tell me where this was even found, then definitely comment down below, because I'm still very confused. I could not find it on the website, so I'm guessing it's some weird leak, but I'm not even sure. Now, this is not the only thing that will be featured in this video. I also have more stock images of the props, along with some of the prices, which I think is very helpful. But without further ado, let's just look at the trailer. Now, as you can see, I have it being slowed down on the screen. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of scroll through and explain what I think everything is. So, yeah, let's just get into it. So, it starts off in this little scene, and I just wanted to say, if you look closely, you can see the Jester kind of lifting the mask over its face and turning side to side. Now, the official name for this prop is the faced Jester or something like that, which leads me to believe that it has like a normal face, then it puts the mask over it, then it kind of like turns around or switches or something. Not too sure about that, but that's just kind of what it's sounding like, which is weird because a lot of people thought that that was kind of similar to what Henry Hustle would do, except with cards. So I'm wondering if this was like SVI's take on the Henry Hustle concept, but Spirit rejected it. Now, from what I've seen from Henry Hustle, I definitely think that this is better, but still really excited to see that, and who knows, maybe I'm wrong about that, but this just looks very cool. I'm so excited to see it. And let's just look farther through the video, because there are some other things here, but it's kind of hard to make out. But yeah, there's kind of a flash of light, and now you get a better glimpse. Sorry about that, I thought I had that paused. But you can see Fairy of the Dead, then right next to it, it's hard to catch too, but later in the video it shows it. It is the new spellcasting witch, basically just a different colored one from the online only version last year. So Fairy of the Dead, I am very excited to see, because it's just a really cool and creative prop, and I did make a full video on it, but sadly I got a copyright strike from it. Not too sure why, but yeah, very exciting. Then the witch next to it, I don't really care too much about seeing, since it's just kind of the same spellcasting thing. Basically, we get it every year from at least a few retailers. But, I mean, it's alright. Just a reskin with different coloring. Now, here we get a good look at some pumpkins. Now, Home Depot, honestly, I was not expecting them to have this big a selection of those light-up pumpkins. Now, normally I'm not excited for them, but they have some extremely cool-looking ones. It looks like there's a huge variety to choose from. Of course, not real pumpkins, but just very cool, very detailed jack-o'-lanterns, and I'm guessing a lot of them will have like the flaming effect or something. And if we look farther, you can see there's this really cool looking rotten one in the top left. If I get one, I doubt I will, but if I get that one, it's definitely got to be that, because I like that a lot. Here is just a gigantic inflatable Jack Skellington Archway. I'm wondering if they'll have that like set up in the stores for you to walk through. I'm not even too sure, but that just looks really cool. I'm not even into inflatables, but I really like this. And if you look right here, this is also very exciting. You can see the, what's it called? The warrior skeleton guy. And he looks to be moving side to side with his head also turning, and of course mouth movement. And for a prop like this, I wasn't expecting him to have that much movement, but this definitely does look super cool. And this is also one of my favorites from this year, just judged off the stock image. So I'm really excited to see it. Here is also a better look at the two-faced Jester. I'm guessing this will be his normal face. If he does have that like head turning, then it'll reveal a scarier face. Or now I'm just thinking of this, because he's a Jester and his hat's kind of shaped in like a triangle. I'm wondering if every time he lifts the mask, there's like 3 different faces and the head just turns around. But I'm sorry, this must sound really confusing. I'm just really excited. I don't really know what it's gonna do, but we'll probably see a stock image very soon, so I'm not too worried. And there's also a better look at the mask. I think they did a great job on the mask. Not too much detail, but it's just so simple that it works perfectly. Now, you can kind of spot a few different things here. First of all, Jack and Sally, which might be in stores. I'm hoping they're not, since I've already seen them at Sweet Halloween. But who knows? There's also like a pumpkin and opposable skeleton on the right side. Then on the left, you can see the plant-eating monster, which we do get a better angle of later. But there it kind of is right now. You can kind of catch it with a small animation. But we do get a better look at the animation later, so don't worry. Now, here is the one of two, actually, pumpkin duos that Home Depot will sell this year. And I thought this was just a different version of the SVI one. But no, this is actually a Pan-Asians version, which surprisingly is a lot better than the SVI one. But I think this one will be in stores, then the SVI one will be online only. So, yeah, I'm really liking this. I'm honestly kind of surprising that both both companies made one. So I highly doubt both of them will be in stores. But this is the one on the teaser, so if anyone's going to be in stores, then I think it'll be this one. Now, as I promised, here is a better view of the plant-eating monster. Sorry about that, my thumb kind of, when I was scrolling through the video, my thumb kind of moved. But yeah, so you can just kind of see it turning side to side with the mouth moving and the wings flapping. And for the price of this guy, which I'm not going to say, but I will show later, this looks crazy, like with all that animation. I mean, I'm sure it's not all that, but it might just have like the wings appear to be, why did I say wings? The leaves appear to be flapping with the side to side motion. I'm not even too sure. This just looks so cool. I definitely see why this is a lot of people's favorite this year. It's just so unique, and definitely, like, with the look of this, with the animation stuff, this was not a disappointment. But right here, you can see just two posable skeletons. Not really anything new. We've already seen these before. And later there is something else, which is like a posable skeleton, but it is definitely notable. Just another kind of tree inflatable. I like this, but as I said, I'm just not too into inflatables, so I'm not going to spend that much time talking about this. And hold up. Oh, sorry. Here is just a better view on the spell speaking witch that I talked about earlier. Not anything new, just a reskin of the last year's one. But it's decent. I like the look a little. Now, this is like the new version of the swiping Scarecrow, which I actually own. Not the new version, the original one. And it's basically the same thing, but the clothing's green instead of like gray and black. But even though I do like the original one, this is still a really cool new thing for people that did not get to pick up the original one that still want it. And honestly, I think this guy's going to sell great, because I think the one from last year was the first prop sold out that season, so I'm really glad I got to get it. But yeah, this is cool. Here is a better view on the Headless Horseman, and as you can see, the pumpkin lights like on and off as the mouth moves. This is so cool. I think the detail on this thing is great, and we've never really gotten to see a Headless Horseman with the mouth moving of the pumpkin, so that is just very interesting. Now, this right here you got to see is the gigantic, I don't even know what to call it. I know it had a name, but it's like that weird statue-looking thing with the sword and the wings. Honestly, it's definitely not my favorite this year, but it's gotta be top 3, because this just looks massive. I think the webpage for it said it was like 8 feet tall or something crazy like that, probably because of the wings, and I'm not sure, that's just kind of from what I remember. But basically, the wings flap, the head turns side to side. This just looks massive. I'm sure this will be in like the front, and all the other props will be going in lines like kind of beside it. A little like last year, but I don't know. I definitely think this will be like one of their standouts. Here we get a little view of the Inferno Reaper. We can't really see anything much but mouth movement and the light up. Now, I definitely like how it looks in the stock photo better, but this has weird lighting, weird camera angles, and we barely get to see any of it. So I'm not going to judge it from this, but it's definitely cool, and I'm really excited to see it. Here is just the like babysitting witch thing we got to see earlier. Kind of cool. I mean, compared to the other stuff, it's definitely my least favorite, but it's not bad, and I think it's been getting pretty overhated. Right here, we get to see a little bit of a bigger view with, of course, Fairy of the Dead and the spell casting witch, like I said earlier. Then there is this weird looking bone throne, which I will be talking about later when I review the stock images. But make sure to see that. And then finally, we have this. Now, this is like a posable skeleton with a pumpkin head. I know a lot of people probably won't like this because of the digital eyes do not go with it. But I think in a way, they just make this thing super creepy. And I don't think it's what they intended to do, or they might have, but I just think this is cool. It just seems so off in a way that it's like scary, and I really like that. But anyway, that has been the Home Depot trailer. Now for the stock images. Now, I originally planned to make this one big video, but that would be way too long, so I'm just going to split this into 2 parts. But sorry about that. Thank you for watching. Of course, this is part 1. Part 2 will release later today. But I just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please like and subscribe. Sorry about that. But yeah, stay tuned for part 2.